Hey everyone, Lisa Salvatore here. It is officially summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the initiation into Cancer season. So happy birthday to all of the Cancers of the zodiac. It is your season. It's your time to shine. On June 20th, as of 11:32 p.m. Eastern Time, the sun will officially enter the sign of Cancer. It will be at 0 degrees of Cancer. And the sun literally switches direction at this point of the year, and it brings us to the summer solstice. On the initiation of summer, it is the longest day of the year, literally the longest day of the year where we have the most sunlight in the Northern Hemisphere. It is consequently the shortest day of the year in the Southern Hemisphere. So we've got the two polarities here. But with the summer solstice, you think about, spiritually speaking, what the sun symbolizes. It is life, it is vitality, it's energy in its highest form, it's ego, it is the heart, it is our true essence of who we are at the core, our values, everything energizes by the light of the sun. So with the summer solstice, the longest day of the year and the entrance into summer and Cancer season, it is very, very pronounced that we would feel this need to embrace the sun. We definitely can feel more, well, we do feel more positive, more optimistic, more joyful, more energetic when the sun shifts into Cancer. On some level, we feel this, but however, because it is a water sign, with that comes feelings of higher emotion and moodiness, because Cancer, as much as we love the sign of Cancer, also is symbolized by the crab and therefore can get quite crabby at times, especially since the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon changes signs every 2 to 2.5 days roughly. So remember, the moon rules over the emotional tone collectively and personally. So if you know anybody, or if you yourself are a moon in Cancer or even a sun in Cancer, you will find that you are probably way more moody depending on the moon cycle. So it's an interesting fact to pay attention to. But however, going back to the summer solstice and what it actually symbolizes spiritually, it is a calling back of the sun's light. It is a calling back of energy. So I would invite you to, on the day of the summer solstice, the 20th, 21st, even the 22nd, when the solar energy is at its height, go outside, put your face up towards the sun, wear shades if you need to because it can burn you, right? Or if you're like me, you sneeze when you look at the sun. So you go sit in the sun, feel its warmth, feel its radiance, and contemplate your sun sign, okay? Because our sun signs are our karma in this lifetime. It is what we aspire to be and to embody. It's what we've contracted to be, to do, to put out into the universe, our ego at its most base expression. Now, we don't always live that out to its fullest capacity until it's into its fullest light. We sometimes live it out through the shadow, of course, right? Because without the light and dark, they balance each other out. And so what I want you to do under the energy of the summer solstice is to focus on your solar energy. So for example, if you are Sagittarius, Sagittarius are known to be fun-loving, expansive, interested, inquisitive in everyone and everything. They typically love to travel and consistently further their education, whether it's formal or informal. Now, that's the positive side of the Sagittarian traits. So if you're a more introverted Sagittarius, due to other things going on in your chart, you may want to bring in more of that extroversion into your life. You may be feeling like, something is shifting and you want to put yourself out there more. And again, this is just an example. So you go, whatever your sun sign is, if you don't know the traits that it's known for, just look them up, read about it, and see what resonates with you, what you feel you embody a lot of, what your truest form of self is in your essence. And if there's something there that you're like, you know what, I would like to embody more of that. I would like to feel more of that. Or on the other side, it could be, oh, I think I do that a little too much. The ego, right? A little too much. I would rather have this trait or of my sign, or try to emulate this trait. So think about that, meditate on it. It's actually kind of a cool exercise to do. I do it every solstice point based on my own chart. I find it really cool and cathartic, and it's also very insightful. So just a little exercise if you want to do something fun for the solstice. And then of course, again, it's a really great time for manifestation, even though it's not typically it's not a new moon, but we're still under this energy of it's a turning point. It's a passage of time. It's a portal of energy. It brings in new. Cancer is a cardinal sign, so it initiates. As it initiates the season of summer, it also initiates a fresh perspective, a new routine. Cancer is the sign of the home and the hearth and our security, inner and outer, the family. So we may find ourselves much more connected to and attached emotionally, for better or worse, to those areas of our life in Cancer season under Cancer energy. It's definitely more pronounced. And because, again, it's a sensitive water sign ruled by the moon, could feel a little soggy at times. And I know a theme lately is nostalgia for what was, but I would try to switch the narrative right now to looking towards the future, looking towards the brightness of the sun, right? To what is yet to come and what could be. And now, of course, listen, negative things happen. That's life. You could have supposedly thinking something wonderful is going to happen, and then, life just punches you in the gut. That's just how it works. And we can't control that, obviously, most of the time. But looking towards the future with optimism and hope and faith, which is a huge word. And by the way, Jupiter, speaking of faith, Jupiter, the planet that rules over our faith and our spirituality, and it likes to expand and grow, and it blesses us in a specific place in our lives here. Jupiter is currently in Pisces, and Jupiter will actually station retrograde on the 20th, the same day that the sun moves into Cancer. And so when Jupiter stations retrograde, retrogrades are always a time of stepping back and going inward and reflecting. And so what we're reflecting upon while Jupiter is in Pisces retrograde is our own belief system, our own faith, what we've been led to believe, or what we just believe, or what we've been, embodying. That could be changing, or we could be feeling the call to change that. Now, this is not just personally, I would argue even more so on the collective level, because Jupiter is societal as a whole. But it's also very important to look at it in your own life about what is your belief system, and it's okay for that to change. And that's what Jupiter retrograde is going to. Jupiter will be retrograde until I think it's October. I want to say October, but Jupiter's in Pisces until the end of July. So Jupiter entered Pisces in May. So it's very important that you look at the time frame between like May 13th to the end of July about what has Jupiter brought to light for you in the form of spirituality, your faith, your belief system, okay? Out there in the world and also in here, in your own world. So look to that and see what comes up for you, because that gives you like an indication of what's to come in the terms of expansion and change. And like I said, we're at the summer solstice. This is a wonderful time to honor the light of the sun, honor your own radiance, shine it out into the universe. Check your ego where you need to, right? Because, ego is not a negative word, right? We want to check ourselves here and there to see where we're at and what's healthy and what could maybe use a little tweaking. And speaking of healthy, with the summer solstice and the sun's energy, also a great time to make changes for the physical body. So if there's something that you want to incorporate more into your daily routines, by the way of food, or even, mind food, soul food, this is an awesome time of initiation for that as well. Even though the physical body may feel a little tired, on the soul level, we do want more. And that's the conundrum right now. And that is where the physical exhaustion is taking place. By the way, if you've just been like feeling like you're flat on your face, midday, it's a lot going on with Neptune. We've got a lot shifting in the sky. There's going to be a full moon on June 24th. We've got Neptune stationing retrograde right after that full moon. I'm going to come back with another video for for that point forward. I'm just going to leave this here. Take really good care of yourselves, guys. Focus on the positive. The sun is moving into Cancer, summer solstice. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon. Bye.